Hi, Stitchers!
Hi, I'm Laura.
And I'm Keisha, and we're the Pattern Queens. And this is Stitch With Us, episode 49. Today is Sunday, July 21st, and this is a channel about cross stitch.
And friendship and silliness and rambles and sometimes some shenanigans, but
Mhm.
also today it's Bree's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to Bree! That's so exciting.
Yeah, she is anxiously awaiting us filming this, getting done so that we can take her to breakfast.
Oh, nice.
It's fine. It's fine. She knew. So,
So, do we want to show them what we're working on today?
yes, we're starting in Grimshaw 1818 from the Scarlet Letter. I had a very hard time finding the stitch count, so I have written it in on my paper copy.
Nice.
But that is it. I'm trying to get there without glare. That is it.
That's pretty good. Oh, man. I'm excited for this journey.
And I'm using 36 count weathered shingle um, linen from R and R. And here's my fabric to get all the way down to the corner where we're going to start. And I'm using my Jane Austen headstrong, obstinate headstrong girl, sorry, from BNS. Oh, and
Mhm.
I have evidently already flipped yeah, it came open. You gotta love when things happen, right? Anyway,
Mhm.
this is my floss.
Ooh,
It
so
is
pretty.
PR0, what did I decide? 010 from
Mhm.
Silks4U. It is a glorious green.
So nice. Well, this is what I'm stitching on, and it's not pretty. It's all bunched up in my grime guard here. Um, it's just a piece of 36 count even weave white that Laura had in her stash, and she gave it to me, which was very, very nice of her.
I don't
I
know
was,
how I ended up with a piece of even weave that large in my
I know,
even weave, first off, because I don't stitch on even weave,
right?
and that big.
Yeah. What were you going to do with this?
It had to have been something that just ended up in my
Yeah.
stash, or I thought, oh, it's white. I'll take
Or,
that.
oh, that's a really good deal on that. How could I pass that up?
And today I am Laura.
Laura. Today I am a circle. This is the floss that I'm using. I'm using Oxide from Mrs. Sedas, which was a birthday present, and it's beautiful. I'm so excited to use it.
Oxide is a gorgeous floss. That's what I'm
Yeah.
using on my pandemic.
And you bought it, I don't even know how long ago you bought it because it sat in your stash for a little bit. And whenever you first showed it, I was like, oh, it's so pretty. But I didn't really have anything to use it on. So whenever you asked me about this, I was like, oh,
I think I bought it with the intention of using it on Pandemic by Long Dog, and
Mhm.
I just was not allowing myself to start that. Excuse me, I have a little cough. Um, because I already have Life After Death going.
Right.
But I started it on Leap Day this year.
Awesome. And you have a plan to finish your
Oh,
life after death. So that'll be
I
good.
do. I've been a little derailed because I've been model stitching and now I have another piece I need to get done. So I'll have to revamp that plan and see if I'll still get it done by the end of the year or just right after.
Hmm. Well, that's okay. At least you're really moving it along, and I know that's what you wanted to do anyways.
Yes. I have put in several thousand stitches already. So
Right.
actually I was trying to think. I did it May, I did it June. So I've probably put in over 8,000 stitches just in those 2 months.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's been fun. I enjoy sitting down with it, and I'm trying to limit myself to a specific number of stitches so that I don't burn out.
Right.
So every time I stitch on it and I get close, I think, but I could just keep going and do whatever. And then I think, no, because then I'll get frustrated with it.
Yeah, you want to be excited to bring it out if you're working on it that consistently.
Yes.
I have been working on my Biscornu top for camp, and that's been pretty fun. It's a fun stitch. Um, I also worked on a model since we last spoke with everybody, but not as big of a model as you. But we both have finishes that we can't show until August. No.
That'll be
I will tell
exciting.
yeah. I will tell you that if you want to see a finish that I had from last year, you can look at the Celebrate All Year from Black Needle Society for this month. It's hot dogs, and they were so much fun to stitch.
They're so, so cute.
I love
Um, yeah, my camera's not turned that far for you to be able to see it. I keep trying to think what August is.
them.
And of
I'll
course,
tell you, yeah, because I
I
know
was gonna
exactly what
say,
it is.
yeah,
That's
I
fine.
could go look in the model bag because they're all hanging over there. They're all finished, waiting to be displayed. And Katie will have to get a photo of them. But um, it's been really fun stitching on Life After Death. And what I figured out is that by doing it regularly, I know exactly where I am. I know exactly what I'm picking up. And I waste so much less time just getting going on it.
Well, that's nice.
It's been really nice to do that.
Yeah, because I know that whenever I get back into a big piece, it takes a little bit of time to figure out what I was doing and where I was going.
Yes. And especially now you're using solid, but you are using an accent color and I'm using an
Mhm.
over dye. So for me, I kind of go where the wind blows, but I do have each end of the floss is a distinct color. And
Mhm.
so I try and figure out, like where I'm going with the color. Do I need to pick it up and start with a new, which end do I need to start with, and all of the stuff that goes along with that.
Right.
I like these single color pieces though.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to just pick it up and go and not have to change your floss a million times.
Um on the on that Life After Death, I know how many stitches I get out of one length,
Oh, cool.
and I get about the same number every time. So I cut it fairly short, which I like. I at first I thought, oh no, I'm going to be threading my needle all the time. But it's kind of nice to do little clusters like that.
Oh, yeah.
This floss I cut a little longer.
This one, the lengths are a little bit shorter, I think, than I usually use, but that's okay. So I had never cut a hank of silk before. And so I did what I always do in times of question, and I went to the internet and I actually found a video from Jan Hicks Creates about cutting hanks of Missus Sedas silks. So I was like, Perfect. This is exactly what I need to do.
Well, and Mrs. Sedas silk is done slightly different than Silks4U.
Oh, okay.
The Silks4U provided kind of a natural, like I cut it in one spot. There was definitely an end,
Mm,
and then I just cut it in half there. So my strands are going to be fairly long. I mean,
yeah,
that's going to be a pretty good long length. And the nice thing about shorter lengths with silk is that you don't pull it through your fabric so often and get it matted up, get it fuzzy.
right. Hmm. These are good tips. I haven't really I've done a few projects with silks now, but it's not something that I use very often. So it's kind of nice to hear those tips.
And a skein is a little different than a hank, huh?
Hmm. A little bit. Well, I just have this big old oval. I don't want to just go chopping at it, I guess.
Yes. It's amazing the amount of silk that is in a hank, too.
Yeah, I know. When I cut it apart, I was like, that, because I was like, I don't know if this is going to be enough. And once I cut it apart, I'm like, yeah, that'll be enough.
I know you look at it all pretty in its wound up loop. Here, I have an extra one here because I was debating whether I was doing black or green. The green kept calling to me. Oh, it says that my green must be, unless I put it in the wrong bag. So this is how it comes.
Hmm.
And you can see, so then you would open it up, but you can see that there are little white threads in here or little gray threads in here.
Hmm.
That's where they have put the hank together. So it already looks like way more silk, even
Yeah.
just here, don't you think?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I think when you get it like this, you think, oh, well, that's just a cute little thing of silk. Yeah, no.
Right. How's that gonna last for this whole big thing?
Okay. So that will be saved for another day.
Exciting. That's a really pretty floss too. So what's been new with you?
Well, we hosted the big online retreat for the summer and had a lot of people and had a lot of fun. And it was just crazy, the getting
Mhm.
ready for it, the getting through it. And this week we've been trying to relax some, but we're having some remodeling done. So that doesn't, having the downstairs renovated so that it
Oh,
can be office space and packing space and
fun. So very, a very eventful week of trying to rest.
yes, and not being successful. But we have been to 3 movies.
Well, that's nice.
What's new
Going
with
to the movies.
you?
Um, my life has kind of been a whirlwind over here. We had a birthday party for Mr. James. He turned 4 years old. So that was really exciting. It was his first birthday party with friends from school, and it was just interesting to see them all play together and um, just to see him with his friends. And then we had his birthday where we went to what James refers to as a chips and salsa restaurant, which is a Mexican restaurant. But we've taken him to a Mexican restaurant every year on his birthday since he was born. So one of his favorite foods in the world is just like refried beans and rice. So that's why he goes to those restaurants. We always ask him where he wants to go. And then on Monday, maybe the hottest day of the year so far. I'm not sure, but I think it was. We took him out of daycare and told him that he could do whatever he wanted to do. We would do anything he wanted. He wanted to go to the zoo, but to see the aquarium. So we saw the polar bear, we saw the penguins, we went into the aquarium, and then we said, "Don't you want to go to the movie theater and see your first movie?" And then he got all excited for that. So we only stayed at the zoo for a couple of hours. And little brother was in daycare, so we were able to spend all of our attention on the birthday boy. So he is successfully 4. He's very excited about it. Now I've told him that my birthday is coming up, and he goes, "But it will no longer be my birthday." That's true. It won't be your birthday anymore. It will be my birthday.
It's because you made his birthday last for multiple days.
Yeah. Well, and then he got sick during the week, which I don't know if it was a stomach bug because we've had something going around at my work, or if it was overindulgence.
Yes.
Um,
Coming down off of all of it.
So he didn't go to school on Tuesday. His normal teacher is gone Wednesdays during the summer. So then we had cupcakes for his class on Thursday. So he really did get to extend it pretty much a week.
I didn't mention, but I had a birthday and Katie had a birthday, and today is Bree's birthday, like I already said. So we have had a busy month. July is our month.
Mm-hmm.
It's been
Yeah,
fun.
we get off easy with only 2 birthdays in July over here.
You mentioned camp. I've been kind of looking and planning. I'm going to have at least 3 starts at camp.
Oh, fun. I am planning 1 start at camp, though you never know what's going to happen.
I'm starting one with Jennifer, which is a kit, and it's a rabbit and a frog. And
So perfect for you too.
yeah, so we decided we would start that together. And then Judy, oh, see, I may have 4 starts. Judy is planning to start Christmas Parade by Cottage Garden Samplings.
Mhm.
And I have that, and it's one that, I've been dying to start since I got it.
Right.
So I might as well start it with Judy.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't you?
Plus, I have to take This Is the Day that we started last year, which has gotten no love this year
Hmm.
because I'm just gonna stitch, and I don't have any real plans or goals with things other than to just try and clear out some whips.
Right.
And then I started um seasonal etchings by I'll say the wrong
Heart
one.
and hand.
That's who I
It's
was
hard.
thinking. Okay.
Hmm.
Last year, and I finished it. So I have floral etchings and floral etchings too.
Hmm.
And I would like to get some fabric together and start that too.
Ooh. And then Laura asked if we were starting anything together at camp, and I said, I don't think so. Don't think so.
What are you starting?
So I am starting Swimming with Scissors from Ink Circles. That came in the January BNS box. And I kitted that thing up just about as soon as I got it because I loved it so much. And just with all of the things happening in my life, I haven't started it yet. And it was going to be my birthday start, but since my birthday is the day before camp, I'm like, I'll just wait and start it at camp. But I have the fabric and the floss, and it's all ready to go.
And I think I'm taking P's and Q's for your birthday
Oh, okay. That'll
because
be exciting to see.
I want that to move along. It's so cute and it's not all that big.
Yeah.
Um, it'll just be getting a rhythm with it and figuring it out. I think it's one I'm pulling out for Sampler September because I
Oh,
think
fun.
that's kind of a sampler.
Yeah.
And I bought all of my floss for the Stitch an Inch fall.
Oh, okay.
So
I have to buy
pretty.
my stuff for that. Um, I think other things I'm taking to camp, I'm taking Don't Feed the Plants from Ingleside Imaginarium, which
Fun.
I started last year and then haven't worked on since, but I'm going to stitch on that with our friends Jennifer and Eunice. And then I don't know, I might take Death by Cross Stitch to camp too because Eunice usually brings hers. So that would be fun. And then
Yeah.
I don't know what else I'll
I,
bring.
I keep thinking I don't need to take that many projects, especially if I'm having that many starts.
Hmm.
I am taking my Who Let the Frogs Out to show off. That'll be
Yes,
brag table, so
that will be fun. So everyone who worked on it last year can see it.
yes, and it looks so cute in its frame.
Hmm. Yeah, I really like how what you did with that.
It was kind of a happy accident, but that's okay. We'll take it.
Yeah. I don't know what I'll take for the brag table because the only thing that I've really like fully finished was uh the mirror holder uh where we
Oh, from class.
bring me your heart. Yes.
I always want to say, bring me your head.
And I imagine that there will be more than one person who might bring that.
I have to get my Biscornu stitched, and I was working on it, and I'm doing mine big. I bought 20 count Ada, and I'm stitching over two, and I was planning to use pearl cotton on it. However, I've gotten through less than 100 stitches, and it has been a struggle the whole way.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that I need to switch to floss, which will be out today, and I'm sure I could convince them that we could make a 10-minute stop at Michael's and I could just buy some DMC.
Hmm.
But my brain said that because I'm turning it into 10 count, that I could use pearl cotton and stitch it that way. And it just has not like the pearl cotton going through. Now, I
Mm,
did use that for the outside border, and that will be fine. But I know I'm not going to try and fight that the whole time.
right. Yeah,
And
you don't want something that you're gonna hate working on whenever you have to get it done so quickly.
yes, I messaged Keisha and said, I'm really hating this. And I took a very close-up photo for her so that she could see exactly what those stitches are looking like. And they're not pretty.
Yeah, I was like, those look a little too puffy.
And I'm trying to decide, I may just cut them out of there, although pearl is harder to cut. But I was thinking that it might be better to cut them out so that I don't stretch the fabric anymore than I already
Yeah,
probably have.
right.
Okay, here's another thing about silk. I just pulled that right off my needle.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times too. Slippery.
Slippery little suckers.
I knew it. I was waiting for it.
But I'm excited to start new projects, which is funny because I do not like to start new projects. I
Mm,
think, though, that because Katie and I are doing the starts every month, it's made it easier for me to start a project. And I know that something's coming up. So I plan
yeah.
and I get everything together and I don't have to. Maybe what I don't like is grabbing everything, trying to get it together and start all at once.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And just the being able to plan and take my time. I've had a piece of fabric with my Santa, my Christmas parade, and I really like it. It's a color and cotton. It's a bright, pretty fabric. But now I'm rethinking it and wondering if maybe I would like to switch to blue instead.
Ooh,
I
I
have a
like
pretty
blue
green.
Christmas. Mhm.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I like a blue Christmas. I like Christmas stuff on blue. I think it's pretty.
Makes it feel very wintry. And that
Hmm.
part of me is thinking the green is really cute, but it's a lighter, bright green. And I feel like it wouldn't be, it may not have the Christmas feel that I want.
Mm, more of a spring green.
Yeah, Santa would be having his parade at an interesting time.
Well, he doesn't have time during his work season. He's got to do it afterwards.
Okay. I'm working on getting the frame around this Quaker. I don't know how you're attacking yours.
I just started in the corner and was like, all right, we're just going in a loop because the in the top left, there's just like one kind of half Quaker that goes around.
That's what
So
this
now
one is.
okay, so I'm just kind of doing I'm in an interesting spot where I'm doing a Quaker star. I
You're doing a what?
mislaid like the little star.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, I see. So you are kind of doing the border around the outside then.
mm-hmm. I've mislaid my scissors.
Oh no.
And I need to cut my floss. So that's the struggle I'm having at this point. Oh, there they are. Okay. It's all good. We found
The things that happen during a live video, right?
them. Well, and I even brought like a thing to put them in so that I didn't misplace them, and that
I
didn't work.
I keep mine in a snap tray.
Yep, I brought a snap tray in here, but didn't do me much good.
Um, our friend Chloe sent Katie and I trays, and you can't see anything other than I can show you. She did our name.
Oh,
My tray is purple, but I mean, there's so much stuff in this tray.
hmm yeah, I have. It's not loaded up, but I have. I think probably we got this in a box. Maybe the on the go box. Um, I have some magnet ties from hold my fabric. I have a little lotion bar, and that's about it in there right now. And uh scissors. I put my scissors in there. So I
Mine
didn't
is
move it.
loaded down because we had retreat.
Mm, yeah, I'm sure that mine will be pretty full whenever we go to retreat. I really like having those trays for retreat just to keep all of my stuff tidy and with me. Because if given the opportunity, I'll just let my stuff kind of wander around my like space
Yes.
if I'm sitting at a table, and then I'll lose it. Or if I'm sitting, on my bed, I'll lose my scissors almost immediately.
And then you have to gather everything back to you and think, oh, I've been a bad table mate because I've spread everywhere.
Sorry, everyone. Retreats are challenging anyway because you get so many things and you have so many things out that it's hard to not be all over the place.
Yes.
Where do I want to go?
Having to plot your path already, huh?
Yeah, well, this piece of floss is different enough from everything else that I was trying to start at the top of this, but it looked weird. So I'm just trying to figure out where this floss goes so that it doesn't look weird.
I don't know that
And
there's going to be a whole lot of variegation in this floss. Be way more subtle.
well, that'll be nice because you can just kind of go. You don't
Yes.
have to think too much about it.
I did think that, I just recently finished my A Quaker Christmas by Bygone Stitches.
Hmm.
I did it in green. I think I like to stitch in green.
I think so. You like green fabric a lot too.
I do. I feel like green is the perfect complement to purple, so
Yeah, well, that's why we're friends. I can tell that I'm going to really like working on this. I can tell already.
good. I kind of feel like we'll feel a lot of success with this one
Hmm.
because you have definite, I mean, yes, those Quakers are big, but
Hmm.
you have a lot of finishes.
Yeah, it'll be nice because you can kind of chunk it up that way.
I do know from having stitched the Quaker Christmas pattern that these Quakers are bigger than you think. And so I know that I have to give myself grace and patience.
Mm, that is good advice. Because, yeah, whenever you look at it, you're like, oh, that take me a day. But probably if I counted up the stitches that's in that, it would take me more than a day.
Yes, will take way more to get this in, but it's okay because this
Yeah.
isn't a race. This one is definitely a process stitch, not a product stitch.
Hmm.
And hey, once again, thank you for just jumping on the crazy bandwagon with me and saying, oh, sure, I'll start another huge project.
Hey, why not? Life's short. Do the thing.
Um, it's funny though, I can't imagine why in the world I decided that I wanted to do this huge thing, considering all the other big projects and just in general, all the other projects that I have. But it kept calling to me and I kept wanting to pull it out and do it. So,
It's a really pretty one. And I don't I don't have anything like this that I'm currently stitching. So,
We'll get to do a lot of alphabets too.
I'm going to be 2 stitches short of being able to finish this little section with this piece, with this strand of floss. That is so frustrating.
I had to get a new piece of floss.
I'm on this will be my third strand, but like I said, I cut these a little bit shorter than I usually cut them. So,
Okay,
don't you just,
did you
huh?
come with questions today or not?
I didn't have any questions today, and we've been talking for about an hour anyway.
Wow. I
Just
wondered what
about.
kind of theme you had decided on. That's what always intrigues me.
Well, see, I was going to continue on down the road with our my questions about birthdays, since we only got through a couple of questions about birthdays last time, and we're in birthday season. Um, but since it's Bree's birthday, do you have any terribly memorable birthdays that Bree's had?
Oh my goodness. We've done mostly family birthdays, but okay. So not that Bree would say this was the most memorable, but she had to have been, I don't know, 5 or 6, maybe slightly older. She was in a pirate phase. And
Hmm.
so um I stitched Lynn Nicoletti's Oak Island Mystery, and
Hmm.
I even used some glow in the dark floss for it. And Katie, being the ever loving, dutiful sister, bought a pirate cake because she couldn't believe that we were just going to bake a regular old cake for her, for Brie. So she bought, that was part of her birthday gift. She bought her a her birthday cake, and then we made a pirate treasure map for Brie to find her gifts, which was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And of course she opened mine and she's like, "Oh, thank you." Because what little kid wants
Right.
cross stitch? But I took her. Um, so her cousins had come into town kind of unexpectedly, and we're like, "Awesome. Can you be there for the birthday party?" And they said, "But we didn't get anything." And we said, "But we don't care. You're here. That
Right.
means it'll be more fun to celebrate." So I took 4 little kids into a bathroom with no windows and said, "Okay, now nobody can scream. We're going to turn the lights off, and nobody can scream." So I was holding the piece up and I said, "Just keep looking right here." And we flip the lights off, and what happens is that you see the pirate space glow. So you see
Mhm.
an eye patch, and um you see an earring in one ear, and
Oh,
you see a
fun.
hook too. It's pretty cool. And Lynn is no longer designing, so you will not find that unless you find it on the secondary market. But it was so fun, and every kid in the bathroom, as soon as the lights went off, just went, "Ooh." So it became a very cool birthday present.
Awesome. That's fun.
I've gotten to stitch a couple of fun things that would not normally be things I would be stitching
Hmm.
because of Bree. Bree is a big Star Wars fan, and I found I kind of showed this one to her as a joke, but it was the floral Darth Vader.
Yes.
And She said, yeah, I would like that. So I let her pick fabric out of my stash that she wanted it on. And it was just all DMC. And it took me a while to get going. But then since I had to stitch during, I didn't have to stitch. Since I got to stitch during testing, since I could not have any technology out, that was where I was really going.
Mhm.
Um, I worked on that, and the funny thing was that it was on my tablet. So um I would stitch outlines ahead of time, and then I would sit during testing time and I would just do fill the whole
Yeah.
time. And it came together very quickly when I got to that point. So it was great. I was in my free time on my lunch hour, whatever, trying to fill in as quickly as I could all of the flowers and things so that I could just stitch background.
Mhm. Yeah, I loved watching that one come together.
And it didn't do anything, and then all of a sudden it was like, boom, it's done, right?
Mhm. Yeah, those ones are really fun. I did a Death Star that was in kind of a similar uh that looks similar to that. Different designer, but same idea.
I don't know that Brie wants anymore, but I would probably do another one. Those were fun. I would just have to find one though.
Mhm. Mine was from a designer on Etsy called Rocking Horse Cross Stitch, and they have a lot of. I also got like a Dotson that I gave to my mom that was kind of that way. I think I have a Mickey and Minnie Mouse pattern that's floral. So I have a couple different ones from that shop.
Hmm. It is fun to just do something a little different with something that's very familiar.
Hmm. I'm getting
I
close to. Oh, go ahead.
Is that what you were going to say? Are you getting close to a good stopping point?
Yes,
Well, I could stop any time.
I am probably. I'm 7 stitches away from having this little star done.
Okay. My border that I'm working on is not as exciting as what you're doing. So this
Mhm.
is what I got done today,
Ooh,
which is just a good start down in the corner.
yeah.
I have to pretty much do the exact same thing as what I've already done. And then I get to fill in some little flowers. So that will be fun.
Mhm. That's fun. Got just a couple more stitches and then I'll show you what I've done here. Um, but I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I have to do essentially what I have already done, plus a little bit more to get the frame of this Quaker done. And I'm still pretty sure that this is 36 count, but I don't know, the stitches feel big to me for some reason. I'm not
I
sure
know
why.
that's what I was thinking about this. And at first I thought, oh, it's because I got it at garage sale and maybe somebody just thought it was 36.
Hmm.
Um, but it kind of feels more like 32. I'll have to
Yeah.
get out my measuring tool and see what I can figure out for sure. But I think the shop actually marked this, and I bought this when the shop was closing.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's probably 36. I haven't stitched on even weave for a while. That could be part of it too. That I don't have some kind of the funky stuff that happens with linen going on with it. Um, but I'm really enjoying the coverage. So I'm using one strand of silk and you can definitely see the X's. Uh, but I like that in a project like this where you can see that it's cross stitch and not, as full a coverage as some. So here's where I am on mine.
Awesome. Ooh, and I do like how the Oxide's playing.
Yeah, I really like it too. Kind of what, and this ended up being dark anyway, but I had went from here and I was like, "Oh, I'll come up here." And then it looked kind of weird. So then I went over here, but then this one ended up being dark up here. But I like it. I think it's fun. And I I like it on the white, I think, because there was some debate about what I was going to do with the fabric, but I think it's going to be fun on the white just because it'll just really pop off of there. And I'll
It's
definitely have a
pretty.
different. All right.
Well, and if you
Well,
get that first motif done and you
mhm.
think, maybe I want to tea dye it, well, then that one motif would always be extra special because it would be tea dyed in with it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, do you think we've rambled enough for today?
I think we have rambled, and it sounds like we will get up to plenty of shenanigans at camp with all of the new starts and everything else going on.
Definitely. So I guess all that's left to say is bye, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good week.